Hey guys, it's Julia. Welcome back to my channel. So today we're doing a second speed build. This one is going to be much faster than the very first one that I posted. I know I'm a bit early on this one. I did say I was just going to be posting once a week, but today I felt really inspired to do an apartment speed build just because, it's a little bit smaller and I thought it would be kind of a good idea to do one that's inspired by university and city living. So the idea I had for this one was that it's a young adult male and he's just sort of come out of his teenage years and wanted to move to the city and study in university. So it's a really small apartment. The rent is not too high. Um, in Sims terms, I guess. And he still sort of is a little bit stuck in his teenage ways. He's a little bit messy. Um, doesn't really know how to take care of an apartment, but it is quite small, so it's sort of perfect as a nice little starter apartment. I did want to keep the color quite uniform, sort of keeping it nice and blue, with the counters of the kitchen as well, and also keeping the kitchen table nice and small because, well, the big one wouldn't fit, but also I was imagining he might have like a couple friends over, but there wouldn't be that much space because it is a really small apartment and he is at university, so he couldn't afford a big one. So I actually really like this build because it does feel nice and cozy. It reminds me a little bit of when we were looking to move out for the very first time, and these are the sort of apartments that we got to look at. So sort of just walking in almost straight into the kitchen, and you've got the living room right in front of you, so everything's pretty much just the one room, and then you've got one door straight into the bedroom. You've got a little bit of space there and then a really small bathroom, and that was pretty much it. And that was pretty much all we could get as well. So it kind of almost felt like I was building an apartment that, is quite realistically something that young adults would definitely start off in, especially coming out of university and things like that. Well, this one's going into university, but it can work. So yeah, I was actually quite pleased with the size of the bedroom. It's actually quite large. And I sort of wanted it to be a little bit more personalized. So I'm trying to figure out what kind of curtains to do, if it should be kind of funky or more plain, or maybe if the curtains came with the apartment, they wouldn't really be that exciting. Usually they're quite bland and plain and not really that interesting. But I did want the whole build to have a bit of personality. Um, so yeah, going with the theme of the young adult moving out for the first time, I sort of thought um, I sort of thought that he might not have a lot of things of his own, or maybe he's brought some things from home, or his parents gave him some things to take. So, for example, this desk might be his desk from his home, from his room when he was a kid, and he just took that with him. And I do change that rug as well in the bedroom because I wanted something more plain, but then the one that I found that I put down earlier has a sort of flower pattern. I did like the color, that was nice, but the flower pattern wasn't really what I sort of imagined. It was not sort of funky enough, I guess, not really young enough. It looked more like a more sophisticated rug. Um, so I did change that in the end, and I changed the one that I put in front of the sofa as well. That one with the swirly sort of pattern. It does look a bit more sophisticated, and I definitely thought it didn't really fit. So I do change that one in the end to have a bit more lived in, maybe a sort of a second hand kind of vibe. Um, thinking that maybe he went to the flea markets in the city, and he found this rug for really cheap because he didn't have much money. And yeah, so that laptop is also from university. Maybe he bought that for himself to go to his classes and to take notes and things like that. And yeah, so in the bedroom, I definitely wanted him to have a bookshelf as well, because of course you need to be able to study and read books when you're at university, and just having a little corner there for him to do that. But also I had in mind that he could do some sort of activities like sports. So I do end up choosing like a boxing, what do you call them? I can't think of it. Anyway, yeah, like the things, that one there, yep. Like a boxing thing, and I put a guitar there as well, and I think I ended up putting a soccer ball in the room. I did forget to add a garbage bin and a vent in the kitchen, so I did go back afterwards and I added those in afterwards. So they'll be in the save that I uploaded to the gallery. So when you download that, they'll be there. And of course, because it's an apartment, I couldn't just upload it as the apartment itself. So I did have to get rid of the wall where the two doors are to the bathroom and the bedroom. So when you download that, just make sure that you add the walls back in and paint it again. But yeah, so the build is almost done, so I'm just trying to make it look a little bit more lived in, a little bit more messy with the laundry next to the bed and things like that. Sort of like he's just learning how to take care of himself on his own for the very first time. But yeah, so I think we'll be coming up to the screenshots very soon. So thank you so much for watching, everybody. I really appreciate it. I hope you liked this second build, a little bit of a quicker video. So yeah, if you like this video and want to see more, make sure you leave me a like and subscribe. Thank you. Bye!